after you, honored father.
Yes. He looks at Robert and Sasha and he says, "Your god's time is over. Thank you for your service to this country. But unless you are willing to convert here and now."
Sasha isn't the
Oh, sorry. Is
pig.
it Trumpert?
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, yes, of course. My apologies. Robert Trumpert, unless you're willing to convert here and now, it's going to be...
Be what?
Will you convert, sir?
So Robert is going to be like, I shall not give up my gods because you threaten me.
Cannot force a man to change his beliefs.
Sure,
What sort
why
of Christian are you if you don't believe in it yourself?
So he looks a bit sad and kind of shakes his head and says, "This is not the way of Christ."
So Robert says, I care not whether it is the way of Christ or not. I serve King Luther and old Roderick, and that is all I care about.
I say sure, whatever, and convert.
Yeah. Figures.
Okay.
And yeah, Aurelius is sort of same
Do you
expression
have-
as mine, just yeah.
Yeah, do you have pious?
Let's see.
I
Sure,
always
I
forget
think
what
it's
called.
average.
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll that one. Spiritual, I think, is the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Should
Okay.
also roll
Yeah,
world.
you're about to say you're like, I'll convert, and then you're like, wait a second.
Can I roll worldly as well?
No, you only get to roll one, and you have to roll
Yeah.
the one that's demanded because this is really important. Like, this is super critical. And yeah, you're about to be like, oh yeah, I'm totally about converting, and then you're like, wait a sec. My dad told me about, triple goddess. I'm all about,
Dad was Christian.
paganism. Gotta have the goddess of war. Loki's in there apparently. He's one of the pagan gods, even though he's also a Saxon god. It's weird. Anyway, it's better to have a lot of gods. Just play the field. So yeah, you're about to convert, and then you're like, wait, no. So Dewey just leaves a glass of water on the table and steps out of the room and doesn't come back. After a few minutes, someone comes and ushers you off to the courtroom. Everything here is done formally and legally. Court opens. Uther is flanked by Duke Ulfius, sitting. Bishop Dubricus stands to his right, and on the left, Queen Igraine is dressed in mourning black. Duke Brastius presents his charge. Uther asks him on what basis. Brastius cites his experience. Uther asks the knights of his king's guard if the charges that Brastius has leveled are true. When Roger says, speaking for the knights, Roger says, "It is true. It is true, that is how it happened." Uther says, "Let the knights speak for themselves. What is it exactly that you did?"
Robert will politely introduce himself first, he says. And he will take the knee and he will be like, my king. He says, you may remember me, I am Sir Robert of Salisbury? Salisbury, yeah. Of Salisbury. He says, we have always served you honestly and loyally and have been willing to lay down our lives for you. And we stand here today seeking your judgment. We have never betrayed you and we never shall, nor did we on this day in question. He says, you may recall that we had assisted Merlin earlier to recover the sword what is we call the sword of
Excalibur.
Excalibur.
yeah, no, but
Sword
they
of
didn't call it
Victory.
Excalibur. The sword of victory for you, which Merlin presented to you. And when Merlin called upon us this time while we were riding on patrol under the command of Sir Trumpier, he said that uh, he told us that he required our aid for Logris and all of Britain. And so naturally, we had no reason to suspect him. He told us to stand guard, and we did. And we saw him with a parcel, a bundle. We knew not what it was. We were unable to tell what it was, but we knew better than to question Merlin, for when we had questioned him earlier, he just told us to obey him and not to ask questions. And as dutiful knights, we did so. And he says, that is when Sir Brastius and his company came upon us. And immediately on hearing what Sir Brastius had to say, we gave way. He says, and in fact, we assisted in pursuit of Merlin as well. Alas, we were unable to find him. Merlin has many mysterious and magical ways.
Okay. Can you make a honesty check as well?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a
See if
pagan,
he's-
so that should be good, actually, hopefully. I have a better chance of making it, which means I won't.
Immediately.
Oh, I did.
Save yourself. Okay, check honesty real quick. And actually, who else had to make an honesty roll? It was Aurelius, right?
Yeah.
You go ahead and check honesty as well.
Okay.
Forgot about that part. When you finish, you see the Lady Morgan step out from behind Queen Igraine's throne, dressed all in black with like black eyeshadow on. Queen Igraine is like shadowed in darkness. There's light all around her, but there's like a beam of darkness coming from the rafters onto her. And she leans out of the darkness, and all you can see is her eyes. And she says, "They stole my baby. Kill them." And Uther replies, "Soon enough, my queen. You must follow procedures."
And Robert looks so realistic, like, I think we're fucked. Like, I don't think the truth matters right now.
So Aurelius doesn't exactly say he concurs, but there's sort of a knowing, yeah, kind of nod. So Aurelius will stand to speak next.
Roger immediately is like, pushes you back down and like steps in front of you and is like, "Uther." He starts like using flowery rhetoric and legal jargon to claim that you are innocent because you were enchanted by Merlin, who moves in mysterious ways. This is unaccepted by many there. It sounds like a complete opposite of what you just said. Like, he's trying to claim that you were magicked. The king turns to his advisor, the Lady Saint Illtyd, who says, "Merlin the Enchanter has always been a friend of England and the king, of Logres in particular. He would never do anything to harm you." Uther says, "Sir Knights, since Merlin is innocent of this, you can aid yourselves by telling me who was really behind this abduction. Again I say, let you speak for yourselves. What sinister fiend was behind the theft of my child?"
If it was not Merlin, it bore his shape. I have no knowledge of who might have such magics in order to impersonate him.
Okay. Alright, give yourself a check to orate. Do any of the rest of you have anything to say in your defense? Especially on the subject of who is secretly behind all of this.
Man, the only thing I could add would be pointless to add, and that's that I was following Merlin under the basically Merlin's been given a lot of. Everybody trusts Merlin, and even my companions trust Merlin. So why should I not trust Merlin?
Okay, give yourself a check to just.
That'd be just.
Yep. Sir Trumpeter, Sir Robert.
Yeah, I'm even typing out the entire
Okay.
thing. It's coming in chat in just a sec.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do you need me to do anything right now?
Yeah.
About
Who,
just
so,
who do I think?
Sir King Uther is asking who was secretly behind the plot, since it definitely wasn't Merlin. He wants to know who your boss was.
So we will just answer it. Your Grace, we were on patrol, and we knew not that that the young prince was taken until Duke Brastius informed us of it.
So Uther is like, silence! I say again, who is pulling your strings?
The only ones who gave us commands that day were Sir Trumpert and whoever it was who appeared in the shape
Amazing.
of...
Amazing. The first thing you do is throw Trumpert under the bus.
I really don't like Trumpert.
Why?
Oh, man.
I mean, they are completely opposite personalities.
Admittedly, we were also given orders by Duke Brastius in a way, but that's besides the point.
I only speak the pure truth of exactly what happened.
And Robert nods in acknowledgement of what Aurelia says. Yes, and Duke Brastius. These are the only orders we followed of these three men on that day.
And
Okay. So your defense is basically like, lol, fuck it. I'm literally the best. Do you have loyalty Uther currently? Trumpert?
no.
Can you roll 3d6 and add that as your loyalty Uther passion?
Oh,
Wow, fucking crushed it. Before the eyes of the court, you're literally like, listen up, y'all. I'm basically the best Uthurian knight ever. I fucking wrecked that dude who killed Matic, and people are like, shit, dog. It's like that, except, you know, more English. Yeah. People are a little taken aback by the passion that you show there. So, Robert, what have you to say? The only one who has not spoken as to who the secret evil overlord was.
Yeah, so Robert also reveals that Robert's going to say is, my lord, there's certainly some evil afoot here that is beyond our knowing. For Merlin has always acted in the interest of England and Logris, and so have us. Perhaps there is some hidden foe here that will reveal itself.
Okay, give yourself a check to orate.
Okay.
Earl Roderick comes forward and says, in these dangerous times, my lord, veteran knights are needed. I give my word of honor and trustworthiness in these men. You guys can make a courtesy check here real quick.
all right. A roll or a check?
Yeah, courtesy roll.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I
We
guess
all
not.
made it.
Anyone that succeeds gets a check mark in the skill. You realize that this is a very dangerous thing to do. For he has committed himself to your cause. If Uther finds against you, Earl Roderick will suffer the same punishment as you.
My. Yeah, if I were him, I would not do that.
Yeah, Sir Thabert of Marlborough steps forward and speaks on your cause as well, saying that you are good knights, not easily deceived, who were probably caught up in something that they did not realize. And finally, I don't think you've ever seen him outside his armor. So he's wearing like padded leather, all in black, with his black hair and dark eyes. It is Sir Blaine's, the steward of Levcamagus. He puts himself on the line as well, and he says, I know Sir Robert Well and Sir Aurelius, they would not have done this. They are dastardly men when the time comes for it, but true and honorable folk in the field. They would not have stolen the king's child. I will stake my reputation on it. It looks like the king is about to judge against you when Father Dewey, kicks the door to the courtroom down, and two young men carry a keg full of water behind him. And Brastius stands up and is like, "Dewey, what are you doing here?" And Uther is like, It's allowed, Brastius. He is a holy man, quite famous." Dewey says, "I have investigated the victims myself, and I have found that without question, all of them were ensorcelled by the mage Merlin. I think the king has been wrong to depend upon this pagan sorcerer for so long. The son of the devil will give any advice, and the king must purge his court of magic, for it will only bring ruin to the kingdom, his family, and all of Britain. Cast out the son of the devil from your court. Cast him out from Britain. I say a third time, King Uther, cast him from your heart." Everyone looks at Uther. All is silent. And then Morgan whispers something to her mother, and Igraine says, "Kill him." Finally, Uther speaks. "I know these men. They have helped me in Britain greatly. Sir Robert was a good friend to my son. Sir Trumpert fought in his defense. All I know is that this wise bishop, Dewey, who has traveled all the wide world, has something to say to us. Bishop Dubricus, what say you?" Dubricus stands very slowly, straightens out his clothing, and says, "No Christian, British or Roman or Aryan, honors the son of the devil." And then he nods, finally, once. Uther stands and draws Excalibur and says, "Then let justice reign. This is the word of the King of Lowgrays. These men gathered here are innocent of treason. They and all like are dismissed of all charges in order to see Bishop Dubricus for blessing and purification from pagan taint. Furthermore, this court determines Merlin the Enchanter to be behind all of this, and hereby condemns him to death as an exile and traitor to the crown, who has willingly and knowingly harmed the throne. Let news be sent to all lords and guilds for the reading of this in public places. God bless us all. This court is adjourned." You are forever after known as the knights who have condemned Merlin, even though none of you have done that at all.
I did a little. I actually did
a little. You each gained 50 glory.
Sometimes if you gain glory, is it actually infamy?
Yeah. Yo, dog, were they literally like, man, that Mordred guy, what a knight. Man, he was so legit. All about law and order and justice. Mordred. No. No, they weren't.
22 away from 5,000.
A messenger arrives at court the next day looking for King Pellinor. It seems that without him, the entire region of Norgales is in chaos. His brothers have been trying to keep order, but several of them were killed lately by Saxons. The situation has become dire. The three Cadwys are mountain chieftains who are forging an alliance against Pellinor. The messenger is exasperated by the king's passionate pursuit of the questing beast. You hear him shout, "He is enchanted! Cursed by the questing beast. If you see King Pellinor, please, find him and free him of this. All magic is like that. It always has a dark secret and a price attached to it." At the feast, Uther nods and says, All magic shall be banned from my kingdom now. All good knights will stay away from it. You are not invited to Christmas court with Uther. You are asked to return to Sarum for the year. What do you do?
I go and find my mother.
I shall return to Sarum.
All right.
If I don't find her now, I won't have a chance the way this is going.
So, remind me what happened with your mother.
Just one of the special events for at the end of the
she got
winter.
lost in the woods or something?
Yeah, she's just gone.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that'll be interesting. So who are you taking with you on your search party?
Well, clearly I need Sir Robert on a mission such as this.
Why?
He's a good hunter. Tracker, things
Aurelius
like that.
Hunting for your mother.
Should you ask?
Hunting is tracking.
Cougar hunting.
Sorry.
It was right there.
Plus, I mean,
When you go to seek Robert out, you're gonna find him just sitting in a church, just staring, like up at towards the back, sitting at the back, but just like.
Are you are you literally in Sir Aurelius's church that he built on his lands?
Are we in? I think you'd be in Sarum, right?
Wouldn't that be like a
Okay.
couple days rides away?
Well, the thing is, Sarum's not that big. Everything's within like 1 day's ride of each
Yeah.
other.
You know what? We did say that I invited you to go hunting on my land, so maybe we like went on a hunt a day, and then you were sort of in the
Yeah, in the
chapel
evening.
at the end.
Yeah,
of it.
just
So
like,
Sasha shows up and it's like, hey, I need a hunter.
yeah. And Robert speaks to Aurelius, and he's like, he says, "I believe the time of my gods, of the old gods, has passed. I believe that the trial before King Uther was an accounting of more than just Merlin and treachery. I believe I was saved by your god, Aurelius, and he has been trying to speak to me for some time, but I have not been able to understand him."
So Aurelius will sort of embrace him. It's like, my brother, it is good to see that you have come to the true faith. Please allow my priest to baptize you here. We can have the ceremony here in my chapel, and then we may depart on.
Are you being baptized as a British Christian or a Roman Christian?
I think British Christian, because he's
Okay.
all into the British thing. Aurelius is British Christian or Roman?
I'm
Sasha's
Roman,
British.
but I'm not adamant about you being either one.
Yeah.
as long as you're Christian.
Yeah.
It's funny because Sasha's actually becoming a little bit less Christian in my mind as he's seeing them force conversions on people. That's not how you're supposed to be a real Christian. A
So
little bit
here's the thing,
bothered
Anash.
by that.
Your stats don't
That is
change,
Christian.
but you do
Yeah.
need to mark your new stats
Okay.
for if you can get those over 16. To your
Yeah, my
religious.
religious ones will change, so I'll need to work
Yeah.
towards getting.
They're gonna change a lot.
Yeah.
And Sasha, let me tell you, British Christian.
I know
is-
that's what Christianity is, but Sasha doesn't believe in that until now.
That's
And
Roman
realizes it.
Catholic. And that's basically the difference between the two.
What's the difference?
Roman Catholic believe in like giving that the church should not be involved in matters of state and control over organizations. British Christian believes that they should control everything.
That sounds like the opposite.
Yeah.
Because the Roman Christians are the Pope, and he's all
Yeah.
about meddling.
No, it's more the East-West schism.
Well, I guess I come in on Robert's baptism.
So, actually, on this, well, I'll do this in the winter phase, so I'll just save something for later.
Okay. I think everyone that attends this baptism will gain 10 glory for watching the conversion of Sir Robert the Pagan.
Yeah.
as he's quite famous for being pagan. He is one of the most famous pagan knights.
So Robert, you are sure about this, yes? Not because some man told you you could not be pagan, but because you believe in Christ yourself.
Robert says, yes, I believe Sir Robert died this day, and King Uther has permitted me to live so that I may fulfill some greater destiny. And I believe it was not, and I believe it was this God Christ acting through King Uther who saved me from Merlin's deceitful ways. And you can see like the pain in his eyes when and his voice when he says that, because he really believed in Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, I believed in Harvey Dent.
yeah, exactly. Like it's literally like that. Yeah, he believes in Merlin. So yeah.
Sorry, yeah, Aurelius, you're right. It is the British Christian. It's just the Roman Catholic is actually located in Britain, and it's
Yeah, so the way it works right now is that the British Christian Church is completely decentralized. There's no leader. They all basically do whatever the fuck they want. And the Roman Catholic Church has absolutely no foothold here besides Bishop Dubricus, who is desperately trying to raise his status. And as you might have noted, he just got paid megabucks in status. Because he condemned the fuck out of Merlin, and the king was like, yep, let's do it. It's witch hunt time.
Oh, wait. Here's another confusing fact for this. This hasn't even happened for another 500 years.
Yes.
So Robert, after your baptism comes to pass, I may need your help. My mother was lost in the woods a couple years ago, and though I don't know if she's still out there, I can't not check. I was busy at the time, and now that I have free time, I have to go at least try.
So Robert will nod. If there's anything I can do to aid you, I am at your disposal.
Oh, don't say it like that. We're just seeing if we can find anything left of her, if anything. Hopefully she'll still be alive, but I'd like her to have a proper burial, not to be in some wolf's belly.
Yes. Please allow me to assist you in this quest as well.
Okay. Can you make a passion family roll real quick there, Sasha?
Love of family?
Not even here.
Excellent. Mark that real quick. And then can you make a fairy lore with the passion bonus?
Oh, damn. Okay. That'll actually make me not be able to fail.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, okay. Mark check in fairy lore as well. So you know that if your mother has been taken, there are certain things you'll have to do in order to fairylands. You know, it's not like before where you guys were like everyone had 3, and you sat around and were like, maybe we need to turn 3 times around a mirror and then leave a piece of bread out.
As a band who transverses the woods a lot, doing a lot of general cutting down trees and whatnot, I've come across many things in my time.
Okay, yeah, you know of the proper procedures to call upon the Fae while you're out there and see Fae-ish things. So yeah, your passion ends. Got the procedures. I think this is a good time to take a break, and then the hunt for Sasha's mother will begin.
Sasha's mother is also, by the way, the name Sarah.
Okay.
Are you ever going to talk to Champion, or is he just not going to be involved?
Well, I mean, this was during the baptism of Sir Robert.
Well, but
yeah, I have to imagine you were not present.
Yeah, but maybe you go and get him. You're like, well, we're probably going to have to kill something, so...
That's what my question is. Are you going to do that?
Were you not going to get baptized as well?
Oh, God.
Wow, that's a... For someone who was like, Sir Robert, don't convert if you don't need to. Then you're like snidely like, Trump, you're not going to get baptized?
Did you not hear it during the thing where Trumpet was like, yep, I will.
Yeah,
like,
but he doesn't really
instantly.
care at all.
Let's try this. Trumpet.
I'll say
Would you
whatever.
like a free charger if you convert to Christianity?
A free charge if you could.
You don't have a spare charger left. You gave that to your squire, right?
You'd
No,
have
I
to
was
purchase
joking
one.
about giving him my charger.
Yeah,
To
you
see-
loaned him your charger.
Yeah, I gave him
Charger
the
if you
charger.
convert to Christianity
Ugh.
today. Buy now.
I'll think about it. I have to go to the bathroom since we're taking a break.
Yep. All right, we'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys.
All right.
Follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff.